Before humanity learned how to write, it learned how to recognize shine. In riverbeds, beneath mud and stone, something glimmered, unchanged by fire, untouched by rust. Gold. Around 6000 BCE, in ancient Egypt, humans encountered native gold along the Nile. No furnace forged it. No hand shaped it. It existed as if the earth itself had chosen to remember something. Silver followed soon after, though unlike gold, it rarely appeared pure. It had to be extracted, separated, weighed. In Mesopotamia, by the 4th millennium BCE, silver had already become a unit of value, not as coins, but as weight. To early civilizations, these metals felt eternal. Gold did not decay. Silver reflected moonlight. Both resisted time in a world where almost everything else faded. Yet a deeper mystery remained unanswered. Why does the universe contain gold at all? Why is silver rare, while iron fills planets? Why do these metals feel precious across cultures that never met? For thousands of years, humanity could describe what gold and silver did, but not where they came from. The first experiments were not scientific. They were hopeful. In Hellenistic Egypt, alchemists believed metals could evolve. Lead could become gold. Matter could be perfected. The search for the philosopher's stone was, at its heart, a search for control over nature. They failed, but failure left behind tools. In 1661, in Oxford, Robert Boyle rejected alchemy and demanded experiments. He argued that matter must be studied, not imagined. Chemistry was born. A century later, in Paris, Antoine Lavoisier proved that matter is conserved. Gold could not be created by fire. Silver could not be destroyed by reaction. They were elements, fundamental and finite. But chemistry still could not answer the greatest question. It explained how metals behave, but not why they exist. So humanity went smaller. Atoms were discovered. Electrons mapped. In 1913, Niels Bohr revealed atomic structure. Then Ernest Rutherford uncovered the nucleus. And with that discovery came a realization both terrifying and beautiful. Atoms are born only in violence. In 1957, at Caltech, for scientists, Margaret Burbidge, Jeffrey Burbidge, William Fowler, and Fred Hoyle, published a paper that changed everything. Its conclusion was revolutionary. Stars create elements. Inside stellar furnaces, hydrogen fuses into helium. Helium becomes carbon. Carbon becomes oxygen. Step by step, stars build the periodic table. But gold was missing. Gold required something more extreme. For decades, its origin remained theoretical, until 2017. On August 17th, observatories in the United States and Europe detected gravitational waves from a neutron star collision, GW 170817. Moments later, telescopes saw light. A kilonova. In that cosmic collision, gold, silver, platinum, and uranium were forged in seconds. More gold was created in that instant than Earth has ever possessed. Gold was not born in peace. It was born in catastrophe. Long before humans knew this cosmic truth, they felt its power. In Mesopotamia and Egypt, silver was weighed, not coined. It measured labor, debt, and justice. Gold adorned gods and kings. Coins came later. In the 7th century BCE, in Lydia, modern-day Western Turkey, the first coins were struck, not in gold or silver, but in electrum, a natural alloy of both. Stamped with royal symbols, these coins carried trust. Their value was no longer just metal, it was authority. By the 6th century BCE, Greek city-states adopted silver coinage. Athens used silver from the Laurion mines, creating the famous owl coins, the first international currency. Gold followed in the 4th century BCE, used by rulers like Philip II of Macedon and Alexander the Great to pay armies and project power. Metals reshaped civilization. They enabled trade, empire, inequality, and exploration. Silver from Potosi fueled global economies. Gold motivated conquest and collapse. In the modern age, these same metals entered electronics, medicine, and technology, carrying electrons, healing wounds, storing information. From star death to circuit board, gold and silver have intrinsic value, their atoms, rarity, and properties. But their greatest power is extrinsic. A coin is worth more than its metal because we agree it is. A ring may be worth more than gold because it carries memory. This distinction between intrinsic and extrinsic value was born with coinage. It shapes economies, relationships, and meaning itself. Look again at gold. It is not just wealth. It is the memory of dead stars. And if the universe can turn destruction into beauty, perhaps so can we. Scattered elements,